before we get started, I want to try this mic out real quick. If your name's Mike, can you raise your hand real quick? That concludes the mic check.
And then the feds come a knocking. Yeah, shout out to the shitty ass propaganda news sources. Oh, by the way, propaganda is legal in the United States. Go look it
Mhm.
up.
The Pentagon falsified information agency or whatever the fuck they're called.
Um,
That's a thing. What else? The
it's valid for them to lie to us on the news,
used to get called out
etc.
for it, but now not so much.
Right. It's like don't know. It's like again with this whole it's a conspiracy. No, y'all need to look this up. The same people walking around saying the conspiracy. I believe in my government. Why would that to me? Is the same people who are not going to spend no time doing this research. And that's part of the reason why we're here. So get with the unknown unknowns. We on you on Instagram. Listen. Now we on Discord. Shout out to Ant Official. Man, we on here. We just trying to spread the news, bro. If you lazy and you don't feel like doing it, I can give you a little drip drop for the tea, but I can't breastfeed you all the knowledge, bro. That shit take time. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It take time. And so, if anybody else got comments or go ahead and say that, and then we're gonna move into the next part of protecting our money.
They're all corporations. They're all lying. They're all getting your money. We're all gonna lock you up.
So how do we protect it?
Trusts and bond and kind of. I mean,
okay. Well, you snitching already, man. You going too fast.
All right.
How you protect your money when you was growing up, Mobius?
Piggy
when
bank.
you was a youngin', bro. This nigga said a piggy bank. I don't ever remember you having a.
No, actually, my dad bought me a small little safe.
Oh, for real? That's so cute. I got a safe with my gun in it. Here go a safe for you for your little allowance. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That's what's up. What about you, Ed? Either now or when you was a little younger, and a family member would give you some cash, what would you do with it when you wanted to hide it?
Put it in a shoebox and then I'll throw it in my closet so nobody could find it.
It'd be like, I'm gonna put my dirty shoes in there. It's gonna throw them off a little bit.
hey, real quick though, that's the OG secret. When you at summer camp or some shit, people gonna mess with your money. That ain't your sock.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, that's what mom put me on to when I went to New York. She was like, put that joint in your sock. Put it all the way down. And for the theme parks too. Especially when you going during the summer, Joe. Like, come on, young. You already know you try and get in the splash area. You try and get a little wet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, put that money under your foot. Tie your shoe up real tight. Or even when you get on the ride, you want the ones where you can hang your feet. Then you can take your shoe off, but your money inside your sock, so they still not gonna see it. And you never let nobody know, that was the hardest part for me. Was every time I wanted to buy something, I had to take my shoe off. That shit was embarrassing when I was in New York. They're like, what are you taking your shoe off for? Bro, don't worry. My foot itching.
You keep a little bit of play cash at the ready, so you don't have to constantly do that because you don't know who's watching,
who looking, right?
Ultimately, you want the bulk of your money there.
Yeah, to keep that joint safe. I think I had like a good 400. Shout out to the fam for getting me right. Shout out to Granny, rest in peace. And so anyway, definitely we talk about hood stuff, how we hide our money under the mattress. In the mob movies or the cartel movies, they gonna hide it inside of the wall. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Or another traditional way, hiding in the safe and everything. But I think, one thing that rich people do, like Mobius said, they put their money in a trust. They put their money in CDs. They keep their money offshore outside of the United States of America.
A lot of art.
And we're going to get, you said, well, oh yeah, buy art. Yeah, assets. So Mobius was saying earlier, looking at a car. Now, a lot of the times these luxury vehicles, they not really assets, or they assets in different ways. I think in a way that people really don't get it, because it takes money to make money. And if I could make you think I got a whole bunch of money and then I ask you for some money, you might give me the money. Like they be doing shady shit like that. But at the same time, we really gonna get into detail of how to save your money, store your money, or protect your money. But what I want to touch on at the moment is, what if you ain't got a whole bunch of money in the first place? Not only is it more important for you to have better, smarter control over your financial situation, but it can be a little bit trickier, right? You know, you like, shit, what am I protecting? And all I got is this little $50. Well, you gotta make that $50 last or whatever. But at the same time, I think a lot of the issues that we don't talk about also in our community, because it's a lot of, I feel like it's a lot of people with the vibe of, I ain't never had before, you know, I ain't never had. And so when I get, I'ma spend. When I get, I'ma blow. When I get, I'ma show off. For I work so hard, I deserve. Like, listen, I completely understand the vibe, but like, what about it? I feel like it's a lot less talk about the future unless you work in a good ass job and you talk about 401ks. It ain't got to just be about 401ks. Like, you got to be able to do that for yourself. You know, you got to be able to create that for yourself, or even be able to teach your kid about that, you know? And so it just, things get lost in the sauce in our community when it comes to taking care of money and treating money the way it's really supposed to be treated. Like, you know, money should not be worshipped. You know, we should be looking at money like, this is an opportunity for me. So what am I going to do with this opportunity? Am I going to make the best out of it? And so anyway, I feel like one of the top ways to protect your money and to keep money is to watch your budget in the first place. So there's a lot of companies who are literally getting rich off what I'm telling you right now. And shout out to those companies. I didn't look up the apps. There's 2 or 3 apps I done seen that basically, you know, a lot of people sign up for reoccurring services, you know, and then maybe only when you down bad and you don't got enough money to pay for it, or like a lot of other people, a lot of other Americans, it's not until their bank account is on zero and they try to get charged for that Spotify for the month, and that joint be like, oh yeah, email notification, we can't renew this Spotify, you ain't got enough money in your bank account, or we can't renew this Netflix because you broke as hell. And so I think budgeting is really, really important. But shout out to the few apps that help you with your reoccurring services. You know, they just make it easier for you to stop it instead of logging into every account that you have with these people. You know, they're supposed to give you an ease of access in order to keep some money in your pocket. So another thing, what we was talking about earlier about your money being monitored, one thing I noticed on my sketchy as Wells Fargo, sketchy as hell Wells Fargo, and the app, they're already monitoring my money. You could go in there somewhere inside the app or on the Wells Fargo website, and they're already monitoring what you spend your money on, and they're putting it into lists and they're breaking it down. So you can get a summary, your virtual budget already put together for you by Wells Fargo. And they're literally going to show you, like, this is what you spend your money on. Entertainment, eating out, like, it's going to show you. It gives you graphs and all of that fun shit. So I'm not sure how many other banks or apps are doing this, but, you know, I advise you check it out. Pay attention to what you're spending your money on. If you ain't rich, stop trying to live like you rich, bro. Okay, stop signing contracts and signing up for things that you're not going to be able to sustain. I feel like back in the day, one of the biggest things that, as far as like a company coming out and saying, we make hand over fist effortlessly, it's fucking gym memberships, bro. Like, people be signing up for gyms, and the gyms
Never
be
go.
taking money out. Right, and they don't even, the original gyms, I don't know if they still doing it now, but the original gyms would not let you put it on no credit card, homie. It's coming straight ACH out your checkings account, buddy. They making sure they get their bread. They won't even let you sign up unless you put your checkings account down, because they know your ass ain't coming to the gym, and they still want their money. They don't care you ain't been there 30 days, 45 days. They gonna be like, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Should have been here. You wasn't here, and that's on you, bro. Like, that shit crazy. They getting that bread. So, you know, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? When you signing up for shit like that, make sure you got that money put to the side for the rest of the year, and make sure it's worth it. You know, I loved LA Fitness, but $65 a month is that's a lot of damn money. Like that shit was crazy. Mind you, it was for 2 people, and I could get 2 other people up to 4 people in there for free. But still, nah, it was the best gym I ever been to. But I definitely think twice about the financial decisions that I made, 10 years ago versus now. Stick with what you need and see if you can do it on your own and figure out a cheaper way to get the same results. So shout out to community pools and stuff. A lot of people are joining gyms and paying all this money. And I thought about it. I really love LA Fitness because I could go to any pool. I mean, I can go to any location and I could go get in the pool because I mostly only want to swim. I don't really want to do no cardio, etc. It's a lot of community gyms, community locations. If you're from there, you can get in free or half price of what they would charge a normal person. The community pool might be like $10, but if you got an ID from that place, guess what? You could probably get in there for free or at an extremely discounted rate. So take advantages of what's going on in your back door too, like in your community. Like get to know the things that you can do. Now, if you be involved in shootouts and stuff, obviously this advice is not for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on in gyms.
Right, like bruh, at all types of community public places, like if you got beef in the streets, obviously this advice is not for you. You need to go in and pay for that LA Fitness membership. They got cops in there. It's like, nah. Anyway, so just watch out what you're doing with your money. Avoid timeshare scams such as RCI, maybe a little Sundance vacation. Look, it's nothing wrong, and this is also a non-traditional way to get money. Smart people or people who got money or people who've been on vacation trips, they know, bruh. Every time you go on these crazy trips, they be like, oh, let me give you a timeshare presentation. And, then we going to give you $100, whether you buy it or not. That's what we need to be doing. Not buying it, bro. Don't let these people pressure you and suck you into, come on, these memberships. This should be absurd anyway. Don't let them suck you into a $5,000-$6,000 loan that you really can't afford in the first place, okay? Like people, it's what do they call? Salesmen. So what I was saying is don't go to these timeshares and let them, put all this pressure on you and manipulate you into purchasing something. If you want to be smart and you want to save your money, hey, go on these vacations and think of it as a buy one, get one free type of deal. As long as you go vacation at the right spot. And I wish I had a website for y'all. I really don't know what website. I could give y'all a destination. There's one joint called Fantasy and Atlantic Palace in Atlantic City, New Jersey. If you stay there, I think for 2 or 3 nights, they're going to try to offer you a timeshare presentation while you're there. So I recommend if you stand there like a Friday, you're trying to do a 3-day, don't do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's better to do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because then you could go to the timeshare presentation during the week. Because a lot of them don't have them on a weekend. It's either on Friday or on Monday. So either show up extra early to try to get the opportunity. What they do is they call your room and they try to schedule you. And, and another location is Coral Sands in Hilton Head, Georgia. Almost every vacation that I've been on, I have been offered one of these opportunities. And luckily, because I'm staying on these vacations for 7 days, I have like a few different days where I can go to the timeshare presentation. So, just think about those, those 2 places I know for sure are going to offer you a timeshare presentation. But I'm not sure. There got to be some way that you can Google it. There got to be somebody who made a website with a T talking about some, hey, this is where you go get your timeshare presentations. They're going to give you some money. They're going to give you some certificates. But just make sure you don't let them pressure you into buying some shit that you really don't need in the first place. All right. Another way to protect your money or protect your assets or to keep value, renter's insurance. A lot of people have car insurance, and man, I know a few people who definitely don't even have car insurance. they just driving that shit around. Anyway, when you get your car insurance policy, normally they offer you renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance if you do in fact own your home. But even if you're just renting a house or a townhouse, make sure that you get the renter's insurance policy. Not only does it cover the things that are in your house, but it also covers anything that is missing or, well, not missing, anything that is broken or stolen out of your vehicle. So you could be going on a cross country trip, somebody busts out the window and they steal your luggage bag. Boom, you're absolutely covered. If somebody's in your house and they slip and fall, guess what? And they try to sue you, well, guess what? If you got renter's insurance, they're going to pay for your lawyer. They're going to defend you. You ain't got to come out your pocket with this person who clearly trying to finesse you by saying that they slipped and fell in your house. Like, I'm going to keep that 100 too, because that shit is crazy. You be like, oh, I see Shady Cartier talking about renter's insurance on the podcast. Oh, okay. Come over my house, slips and falls. I'm going to be mad as shit. Be like, oh, you really tried to finesse me. It come with like a standard $100,000 coverage. So that's pretty good. But also we got an episode called, I don't know what the episode is called, but and please add that episode on here in the description somewhere. It's about reading the fine print, and we discuss, actually go line by line. Damn, it might have been called fine print like shit. It really might have been. Check that out. I think it's on season 3 or season 2 of the Unknown Unknowns. Check us out on the YouTube channel, man. We got a lot of videos. We got a lot of shorts on TikTok, Instagram, and everything. But man, come check out a full episode. We got the tea for you. Anyway, so basically on the episode, I go over line for line my car insurance policy, and I break down some of the more mysterious things. Me personally, when I sign up for policies, I always ask a million questions. And I feel like even though I'm old, I'm really old, even though I'm older than Mobius, even to this day, every time I sign up with a new company, I ask some of the same old questions that I already basically know the answer to. But then insurance companies are evolving every year, and they're adding line items. So yeah, make sure you read the fine print, or you press their ass out if you don't feel like reading it, and you figure out what it is that you're really covered on. Because the last thing you want to do is pay for a service that your ass ain't even that you can't even maximize on. Okay, don't be the guy who get liability insurance and then go hit a Jaguar, and then what are you gonna do? Like, you done paid for the other car, but what you gonna do when it's time for you to go to the hospital? You ain't got insurance that you already paid for. You probably gonna be down bad. It was probably a really bad choice. You're probably in a really bad situation. So yeah, let's just not be in that situation. I'm all about full coverage, even if you got an old car, but I'm not here to preach about that. Anyway, who is the FDIC? Who are these people?
Federal Department of Insurance or some shit.
Absolutely not. So the FDIC is like bank insurance, basically. Another way that your money is protected if you have under $250,000 in your bank account, which that's definitely my community. That, you know, in my community, my home, my household, my family, definitely got less than 250,000 in there. That's the base limit of coverage by the FDIC for each person who put their money in a bank. So there's been a lot of talk about that whole Silicon Valley thing. And the thing that stressed me out the most about listening to these stories on like Instagram and the YouTube shorts, obviously the shorts are called shorts for a reason. They're not giving you all of the information, but everybody keeps talking about how your money is in danger and look how the bank failed. Well, I agree, but the correlation, I think, in the picture that they're painting is not absolutely true. The FDIC actually covered a lot of the people who lost money in that situation. So, you know, you hear about the people who accounts was closed, whatever. The government basically purchased the bank. So it's like government or California state property at this point. And it was the FDIC's responsibility to come in and to, you know, make sure the people got their money. So, you know, be careful watching these little shorts about news stories and all of this, the kind of chaos that's going on in the world. There's always some truth to the situation, but you might not be getting the whole truth, and it might lead you down the wrong type of rabbit hole. So anyway, what you can go look it up. Check out FDIC.gov if you want to figure out who they are. But in the short version, it's protection for your bank account. as a consumer in the bank, as long as you have less than $250,000. If you got more than that, then boy, you need to go get a trust, and we about to get into that too. Another way to protect your money is called a seed. Seed, CEDE, is actually a way. It's a type of account where you can protect your money, and it really stands for a certificate deposit. When they created all this stuff, it really meant like a very different thing, or it was used in a very different way. They used to actually have you like print out these paper notes and proofs and all of these different things. But nowadays, since everything is virtual, boom, a CD is like a savings account, or what they say is a savings product that earns interest on a lump sum or fixed period of time. CDs differ from savings accounts because the money must remain untouched for the entirety of the term, or risk penalty fees or lost interest. So listen, if you absolutely need the money right now, or not even right now, but like, the good thing about a CD nowadays is that everything is super, super flexible. So people are getting CD. There are CDs available from like 3-month CD, 6-month CD, a year CD. The best one I've seen is actually a 3-year CD, which I'm just a little nervous about with all this shit that's going on in the economy. Go look it up for yourself. I checked them out. I think on Better Business Bureau, Phoenix Capital Group. Google that first because the website is PHX Capital Group. Check them out. They're offering 9 to 12% and a 3-year CD with a minimum of $5,000. If you think you're gonna need that $5,000 in the next 3 years, this is not the CD for you. But if you're willing to put them 5 racks in there, you're gonna get about $1,500 in 3 years just for letting them touch your money. And that's 1,500 minus 150, if you put the minimum of the $5,000 in there. And so I think it's a really great idea. Sitting around letting your money is a great idea, especially if you're a hard worker and you constantly have income coming in. I think long-term CDs are a really great idea. My biggest thing about a CD longer than 1 year, because longer than 1 year just really makes me nervous. It's just too much going on with the money right now. And then, I don't know, one day you could be rich and one day you're going to be broke. What she say? Tomorrow. I give a fuck about a credit score. I might be rich tomorrow. Yeah, that shit sound good, but the way they setting shit up, you can't even get an apartment unless you got a credit score. So watch out for your motherfucking credit score. And the CDs do not affect your credit score positively just for having one at all. So that's kind of where having the normal kind of savings, or not normal, the online savings is maybe a little bit of a better option for you. I always recommend Credit Karma to people. This ain't no paid sponsorship by Credit Karma, but go check out your credit score. And Credit Karma got this little saving thing, and I think right now they're giving out 3.75%. Go check it out for yourself. I have one. It's either 3.5 or 3.75, which still pretty good. And then they also have a credit building thing where you could take money out of your account. They're going to take it and treat it like a loan. And then they're going to deposit the money into a savings account, and you can then deposit the money from the savings account into the savings account is gaining interest on it. Excuse me. So you're winning. You're raising your credit score, and you're saving money, and you're getting paid interest for saving money through them. So get with Credit Karma if you ain't already with them. If you're a little bit older, which a lot of our audience is for whatever reason, definitely go ahead and check out PayPal. Right now, they're doing 4.15%, buddy. Come on now. Just let your money make money for you. And if you look at your actually traditional bank account, your traditional bank account either is not giving you any interest at all on the money that you let them keep, or they're giving you an interest of like 0.3 or 0.03, which is absolutely insane when you go get your account that's going to give you 4.15%. Okay. And PayPal is back. So, I think it was, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think it was either Elon Musk or not Elon Musk. What's the other guy? Bezos and them. One of those guys, they started PayPal, and then he got so much money that he sold it to his homies, and
That was Elon.
and then it was Elon. Okay. And then now it's backed by Security Bank and everything, and they're also reporting your money to the feds, just like freaking Cash App is now. And so, again, you need to watch out what you're doing with your money and try to make sure your money making money. But at the same time, you need to understand what that really means. So when you read all the fine prints on these websites and you're, like, oh, I'm about to go get me a CD or whatever, what they're not going to tell you is the very real reality of the situation is that they're holding your money for you and they're paying you to hold your money because they gambling with your money. They in the streets with your money, bro. They in the streets, they in the casinos, they betting on the stock market, and they like, listen, if you let me hold this money long enough, I mean, they really the drug dealers to tell you these banks are probably worse than drug dealers out here. Like, like it's really insane. It's not like, oh, we helping you out. We want to put money back into the economy, money making money, blah, blah, blah. No, honestly, what's really actually going on here is if you let me hold this money, I'm going to go flip this money and I'm going to pay you a little something. I don't know, they got with the investment stock portfolios. I ain't got all that tea right now, but as soon as I get the tea, I'm going to give it to y'all next all day. Because you know what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to uplift the community, help us get out of this crazy whirlwind of fucked up shit that they've served us on a platter and call it America and tell us to be fucking grateful for the shit that they putting us through. So, Mobius, you got any input on any of this?
I mean, it's just developing it's the beginning of developing generational wealth,
Nice.
So get at it.
Get on to it. Whether you got kids or not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got family, you know what I'm saying? Whether you trying to create your own family or you want to create your own family, check out what's going on now so you can at least have the knowledge and compare and figure out what's the best option for you. And so, when I be scrolling through my IG, looking for random topics to discuss, not really, I came across this video and it was like, how do millionaires legally hide money legally? And one of the main things that they said was, okay, yes, we get a trust and we agree with the trust, but they're saying that you need to get a trust outside of the country. So they're saying basically, everything that you see in the drug cartel movies, everything you heard about that sketchy politician, he got the account in Barbados, he got the account in the Cayman Islands. Like, how many movies have you heard that on? Boy, it's not just a movie. They out here doing this shit for real. Like,
yep.
Shoot, you got to have that money in an offshore account. You got to get your trust out. International trust is the recommendation. So all this talk about like the dollar losing value because everybody's finding out that it's an IOU and we don't got the gold to back it up. Boy, you better get your own gold and your own silver. The price of gold and silver is going up. It's getting crazy. Anyway, if all of this shit tanking in the United States, we ain't gonna mean nothing. You're not gonna have nothing. You can't just be like, oh, the United States fell apart. It's trash. I'm about to hop on a jet to the UK. Boy, you gonna get there and be broke as shit. Like, what? The euro is already worth more money than our money. What you gonna do, bro? Like, what you gonna do? So I don't know nobody in another country. So I'm a little bit weary. Let me go get in an offshore account in the Cayman Islands. Like, I never been there. I want to be able to go to the Cayman Islands. Like, see this bank. See that it's been here since the 1900s. Open up an account like a normal person. Like, they real life, yeah, they can do that. They can hop on the boats and the jets. So, for now, I recommend you do the best you can in the United States and open up your own trust. One of the reasons why trusts are actually protected is because they're under contract law and not federal law. So it can't just be taken away from you because, and so, just to give you a little bit of information, go ahead and check out usbank.com slash a whole bunch of other stuff, wealth management, etc. Just Google for yourself, but try to find the most reputable sources to get your advice from. Because, like I said, we just be spilling a little bit of tea, but you got to take your time and educate yourself. You got to go research these things. Don't just be watching these YouTube and these TikTok videos and being like, "Oh, I got the tea." No, bruh. Go make sure like they not lying in the first place. Like we all saw what happened with COVID and Facebook. Don't be that guy sharing the misinformation like it's fucking the best shit ever in the world. So if you decide to open up a trust, the grantor is the person who's going to have all the power, and they have to make all of these decisions. So first you got to figure out what assets to put in your trust. The millionaires was saying that they're putting their business in a trust, and some other people were talking about putting your life insurance policy in the trust. So every time somebody dies, the trust is replenished. You also need to decide who's going to be the beneficiary, whether it's your sibling or your spouse or your children. You should be pre-planning all of this anyway. Definitely if you got kids or if you consider getting married. But yeah, exactly. But even if you're single, I mean, what do rich people do who hate their kids? They be like, I'm leaving all this shit to my dog. That shit petty as hell. That should be real petty, but it's this real life out here. Select your trustees. There should be a board of trustees if you are going to work with your family on this. There are payments that have to be made. A trust is not free to create, so it is going to cost you some money. But I recommend, if somebody passes away in your family that doesn't have a trust, if you get any type of lump sum money, it don't matter how you got the money, car accident, whatever. If you get this money, I think it's really important for you to, get an accountant, hire a lawyer, find somebody that you can trust, and do this research together to figure out what's the best way for you to go about this. And you definitely want to understand the potential tax implications, because when you get money from life insurance from that person passing and leaving you the money, it's absolutely tax free. Okay, but if they leave you a lump sum of money and then you do the wrong things with it thereafter, they will be watching your ass. And the way they setting up this Fed now to watch every penny that you make, there will be some questions. So I always recommend like hiring a professional, but that's easier said than done because a lot of these people with the power and the knowledge is power. They are taking advantage of you. So you definitely got to do your due diligence, regardless of the situation. Just do some research and check it out. And I mean, how we doing the unknowns. We just we getting this tea, and we looking out for your best interest. And we just want to share it with you. And I don't know what to say, bro. Like the rabbit hole for me would be the whole game that's put in place to keep you from being successful. Yep. And I think that's why knowledge is so powerful and why they've tried to keep us, our community, minority, the lower class, the middle class, why they're trying to keep this information to themselves, like why they create 400, 500,000 page documents, because they want to know. Yeah, exactly. They want to know who's going to take the time, the money, or the effort to actually figure this stuff out. Who's going to take the time to figure out that we are robbed or ass blind? Like, who's going to do that? And so as we, just lightly step into the rabbit hole, because I think we gave up a lot of good information already. one of the things they telling you about preparing for the future, and I feel like it's very dangerous, is this whole Bitcoin game, y'all.
Electronic money, other
That's
electronic money.
right. That shit is dangerous. Like we already talked about the Cash App, the Fed now, the Visa card company, the bank company doing. Who are they reporting to? You know, it's so everybody's like, oh, well, get you some cryptocurrency and get you some Bitcoin and this, and that. Okay, well, all I can say about that is educate yourself. Like what? Like what? You got to get your education on because it's a lot of scams out here. Don't think we just got little baby scams out here. We got real big, big scams out here. Like people is making money. So on scam news, we gonna give it back to your man Ant. You know what I'm saying? What scam news you got for us?
Scam rap has been a new genre in music industry for some reason, and it's starting to take off. So this rapper Babytron, his one of his famous lyrics are, "I heard your grandma got cancer. I feel bad for her, but no cap. Before she died, I'm a scammer first."
I heard your grandma got cancer, I feel bad for her. But no cap, before she die, I'm a scammer first. Dummy. Punch God, bitch, I used to be a scamateur. Hit the runs once and flew the fuck off a planet Earth.
Which is like, yeah, but yeah, but like I feel like they're so open about this, and just nobody's doing anything about it, which is kind of surprising to me in a way.
What it's like because you got to prove it's just the same stuff in the 80s and 90s with sex, drug, rock and roll, and gangster rap. Like people are talking about some crimes that have happened, or or them talking about thinking about committing the crime, and then they have to, you know, the court would take them, they would arrest them and be like, hey, you killed this guy, and they'd be like, yeah, no, he talked about doing it, but he didn't do it. That's especially troublesome if somebody actually did die and this person has like insider knowledge as to what happened, you know, whether being a witness or they actually were there or just got their hands on some documents. Whatever the case, like the court has to prove that that person was involved, and a good ass lawyer is like, no, my client was just imaginative or something, or maybe the police department needs to get their life together and, you know, get these files under control or something like that. You know, that was like a really big thing in the 90s and early 2000s. Rappers getting arrested. So, unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, rap police. Rap police. Yeah. It's a very real thing. But nowadays, it doesn't seem like because not enough people are going to jail for the stuff that they are. So to add to the scam news, you know, and like we was talking about, a very real example of why this, you know, this opportunity and this chance to create generational wealth in a very different way by investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it can really get you caught up. By investing in this Bitcoin or this cryptocurrency, it sounds all good when they pay, you know, but it can really get your ass caught up to the tune of what this happened in November 2021, and a lot of people that I talk to who are trying to get you to invest in the cryptocurrency, they are not even aware. So when it comes to talking about your financial future and building wealth, 2023, and talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. I mean, these scammers is, yeah, they real live getting on Instagram talking about something. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? You mind if I talk to you for a minute? What you do for a living? Where you live at? Oh, okay. You know what I do for a living? Yeah, I invest in cryptocurrency. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Bruh. I thought we was having the whole last conversation about absolutely nothing, and I have no idea who you are and why you contacted me. But I was wondering, and it's because you want me to invest with you. It's some Bitcoin. Boy, I don't even know you. I'll teach you the game about mining Bitcoin. Bruh, I don't, nah, please leave me alone. Anyway, so a prime example of why you shouldn't trust these random ass Instagram messages. Oh, or the other ones that are like, I just made, here's a screenshot of these 10 racks that I just made messing with this Bitcoin or whatever. Hit me up and I can get you the details and help you make some money too, for a percentage of your money. I don't know what the y'all got going on, but
It's like
a very
pyramid scheme, forex trading, all that stuff. Super
yeah,
shady.
yeah, you help me. I teach you how to make money. You what? You
And then
signing
you
me up
bring
for
other
some
people in.
shit. Right. And
Yep.
yeah, to keep bringing it in and bringing it in and bringing it in. Like what y'all really doing is scamming. But anyway, um in 2021, a very real scam took place. And I feel like this would put me on it more than anything. So I didn't watch the Squid Games. Did you guys watch Squid Games? You watched it? Okay. I watched like one episode, but I was like, damn, I don't have nobody to talk to about watching it because I'm watching it after everybody else watched it. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that made me really want to watch it because just the pure popularity of it, to allow this event to occur. So in November of 2021, it was reported by the BBC that a digital token inspired by a popular South Korean Netflix series, Squid Games, has lost almost all of its value as it was revealed to be an apparent scam. Squid, which marketed itself as a play to earn cryptocurrency, has has seen its price soar in recent days by thousands of percent. So basically everybody invested and it was like, oh, this is worth a whole lot because this is popular and everybody's into it and everybody's loving it and this is what's hot in the streets. And yeah, it wasn't even a real thing. Like the person who created it was like, yeah, Squid, y'all love it? Wonderful. Now I'm gonna take all my money out and Lee is sitting there looking dumb.
Mm.
So I wonder how much it's actually worth now, or did they shut it down after so many people lost money? But it's just a really unfortunate situation. Like, I think this person was obviously smart as shit because he took something that already had, like, I want to say value, which was I would say more so like social value, right? Like everybody's talking about it, like this is what's popular. And he took it and he made money. He bankrupted people, like probably not smart people, but anyway, like these people got screwed nevertheless. And so you really got to watch out for the financial advice that you take. You really got to do the research for yourself. I can't say it like any more times than that. And I just want to say, like, it's when we think of scamming, I think the culture is like, kind of like Baby Tron, right? The culture is it's a bunch of young people that are taking advantage of old people, or it's what the people from other countries, whether it's India or Africa, who are calling your phone trying to scam you for your social security, or your grandma for her social security. I think that's what we think about when we think of scam. We don't think about the U.S. government. We don't think that they're trying to get us or take advantage of us. But who says that they're not? Like, they the first to create it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did it to us first. So, it's kind of like a just when you thought you was safe kind of situation. Like we were talking about with the violence, when you think, oh, I could trust in my government, I could trust in the state. No, like false advertising is a very real thing because guess what? The government is not protecting you from false advertisement. Your lawyer is going to protect you after you hire him and sign a contract that says you're going to pay him some bread, but you're not getting no protection for free. And it's like we living under these lies. I mean, one of the biggest scams I heard about, because I was very into music when I was growing up, was like 360 deals. They're like contracting these artists to, I mean, shit, TLC, Google what happened to them. They had platinum selling hits, sold out concerts, And when the tour was over, I believe they told them that they owed them money. Like you're broke. Like how the fuck you got platinum records and you broke and you down bad? That don't even make no sense. Like what's really going on here? You know, you sign this contract 360 deal. Oh, we gonna pay for everything up front, and then when you make the money, you're gonna reimburse us. Oh, but when you make the money, we not gonna give you all the money because we already put in this contract that you owe us a little cut, right? Like this, like bruh, the scam is real, bruh. And it gets deeper than that. I need y'all to go ahead and check out this Walmart life insurance scam, bro. So you telling me I don't know what type of insurance that Walmart got, but somewhere in that fine print say if I lose an employee, I'm losing money. And so I get a check. But that employee's family, they don't get shit.
So
You know, so I don't know if it's an actual life insurance policy that they have on their insurance or whether they just have an insurance policy on their money that says we get money whenever we take losses. Whatever the case is, you need to know that the government is not protecting us like the picture that's being painted. You know, one thing that a lot of Black people hate that I bring up is the presidency with your boy Barack Obama. Listen, we gonna talk shit about every president while we do this podcast. We started with Trump was in office. Now Biden in office. His ass ain't shit either. Talking about some you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. What nigga? You ain't shit and you ain't Black and I don't like that for you to be pulling this car. How many Black lives did you save before you became the president to make me think that I could trust you with my Blackness in the first place? Like you sadly mistaken. Absolutely. And so, you know, one thing that Obama said was he was going to protect us from clone meat. Well, guess what? That didn't happen. Nigga, it's clone meat in your grocery store right now. You probably eating that shit you don't even know. He said he was going to protect us by making sure that it was labeled so you could choose whether you want clone meat or you want the regular thing. I have never seen that labeled in my life, and clone meat has been in our grocery stores for however long. Like, you know, what they telling us how long it is, it probably been in the grocery store longer than that. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. So to end on a more positive note, you know, I hope you learned something from our episode, and with you being, you know, on the cusp of adulthood, starting college, you know, having some additional responsibilities in your life, having a concern of how am I going to make money and keep money. You know, I really hope that there was some benefit to you from the young crowd all the way to the old crowd. You know, you got grandkids and everything. I'm sure you got life insurance. You thought that was enough. But these kids today is out here wilding. They taking this money and they stunting and they blowing the money. We got to figure out a way to keep the money in our community, how to take care of our family, how to do what Mobius say, motherfucking keyword, generational wealth, you know. So basically the message that we're trying to send y'all is financial literacy is key. It's key. They creating these big words and you don't know what they mean or where they come from. Man, Google, Wikipedia, that's CEDE. This whole time I've been saying, oh yeah, a CD account. It's not until I looked it up for this episode that I really had an understanding of the attention of these things that have been set up. And people with bread set this stuff up because they try and make sure they good. I'm good right now, but I need to make sure I'm good in 10 years, 5 years, 100 years. You know what I'm saying? So make sure whatever you're investing in is FDIC insured. And if that's the only insurance that we have on our money, then that means we need to watch every move that the FDIC makes, because once they become invalid, our money is no longer protected in the bank, is no longer protected online, it's no longer protected at all. And so we just need to open up our eyes and pay attention, man. Like we really need this. We really need this, man. This country needs to be structured to protect us. And right now, it's not. And I'm going to shout out to whoever on YouTube Shorts or on the Instagram who said the one thing that Black people need to do is make sure that all of them got life insurance. Because maybe these cops, maybe these rich white kids, maybe these people that's out here killing us senselessly and committing senseless murder, maybe they'll think twice. Maybe they'll think twice. That whole defund the police thing be throwing me off because it's like every time these cops commit a crime, the city got to pay. The taxpayer dollars is the one who paying.
Mm-hmm.
We taking L's. That shit don't make no sense. We taking L's without taxes because this cop decided to murder this person. It doesn't make no sense. Somebody gonna have to give out. Somebody gonna have to pay that life insurance. Maybe if every time a Black person dies, these rich, wealthy life insurance policy holding companies that put money in the pockets of politicians, maybe it'll correlate to the point where somebody say, oh, we got to stop killing these Negroes. It's costing us too much damn money. Like, we got to find a way to make it hard for them so we can live, so we can continue to grow. God said do a few things, but one of my favorite verses is to multiply. That's a requirement, bro. Do it or don't do it. I don't care. I'm just saying. I don't want to build a future, bro. I don't want to have 20 great grandkids and they broke and they down bad and they in the same situation that I was in. I got to make some sacrifices in my life, bro. So it is what it is. You know what it is. It's the unknown unknowns, man. That's my positive message. Anybody got anything to say, man? Thanks, Ant, for being on. Thanks, Mobius, for being here, man. Always flying me in every time co-pilot of the year.
Man, super proud of you, man. Finally got you on an episode. Got to see you in person. Keep doing your thing. We're gonna check on you in a little bit. See how you're doing down the road. Come back on as a guest. Keep on doing your thing, man.
Yeah, just know we appreciate you, man, and as the time go on, like we always for you in whatever capacity we can help you. Try and go check out a rock show. Hit up Mobius. You know what I'm saying? You need any advice or just somebody to listen to, you already know. That's what I'm here for, man. You gotta make some serious decisions. I want to point you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So, anything you want to say to the people, you want to drop your handle or anything you want to, share.
You could check out my Instagram at official.
All right, that's what's up.
Short,
that's what's
sweet.
up. Yeah, if you want to buy some merch, some hat pins, you know what I'm saying? If you love them fitted caps and you want to support the youth of the DMV, definitely check out at official on the IG, man. And like I said, thank you for just working with us and just being a part of the episode. Slam, hit us with the hood news and all that. You know what I'm saying? So you know what it is, man. Hit us, whether you on Discord, whether you on Twitch, whether you on YouTube, whether you caught our clip on TikTok or Instagram, bro. Thank you for the love, for banging with the unknown unknowns. It's your girl, Shady aka Cartier. Hit me on the Xbox if you want to get it in. Hit us on the IG. It's your boy Mobius. He doing what he do best. Bussing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I can't wait to get with y'all on the next episode, man. June, July. If you got some topics or you got some crazy Instagram videos, man, hop on and send that shit to us so we can watch it and laugh. Or maybe talk about it. If you want to be a guest, if you're a specialist or a professional in any field, man, we interested in talking to you. If you got some tea or some knowledge, you want to drop a spill, come on, man. We need some community engagement. You know what this is. It's a brown community. Brownies, Oreos, and yellow cake uranium. Anyway, you know what it is. Enjoy your weekend, man. Be blessed. And yeah, till next time.
Peace.
I heard your grandma got cancer, I feel bad for her. But no cap, before she die, I'm a scammer first. Dummy. Punch God, bitch, I used to be a scamateur. Hit the runs once and flew the fuck off of planet Earth.